My favorite memory of Dad, seriously, was him carrying me up to bed.
Oh, yeah.
Every night. It was a big to-do, a big production, and he would either throw me over his shoulder, put me on his back, piggyback ride, and then he'd throw me into bed.
Yeah, we got 8 millimeters of him doing that to us.
Yeah.
On the shoulders. And,
Yes, that was the best.
It was a bouncing ride all the way from wherever to the bed.
Always. I will never forget that.
For me, because I left town and went to LA, it was the phone calls. I love it. And the best ones were when I'd call on a Thursday by mistake because I knew that Mom was at, what is it, Bingo?
Bingo, yeah.
But I forget. So I'd call, and halfway through the rings, I go, oh, geez, Bingo, this is going to suck. And then all of a sudden Dad would answer and I'd be like, I'd expect the answering machine. But then it was Dad and it was like, how you doing, Spunky? And then we'd have the most amazing conversation. And it was funny that we'd have a joke and be like, so where's Mom? You know where Mom is. She's out spending all her money. So, yeah, those are my favorites.
And almost every time that you did make those Thursday phone calls, he would always say, I don't think you meant to call, but that was a great conversation. It was a great talk.
Something every time.
Every single night would always cut a little piece off of the end of his dark chocolate Milky Way bar, and he would hide it in the door in the fridge in the butter section. And then every time somebody would ask about where it went or anything, why it was there, he would always say that he was leaving it for a little mouse to take. And I knew that little mouse was me.
It's just knowing that no matter what happened to any vehicle, to whatever happened to me in life, no matter what happened to my friends, no matter what happened to the family, that he was going to make it better.
Yeah.
He was going to
Remember
fix
when
it.
your car died in Columbia Park and he came out and poured a Coca-Cola on your battery and boom, off you went?
Come on.
That was
that's
such
exactly
a dad.
my point. That's
was
my
such
point
a-
exactly. No
Came
matter
out and
where I
saved you
was.
with a can of Coke.
And I never knew, how much I would come to respect that about him, because no matter where I was or what I was doing, good, bad, or indifferent, it didn't matter to him. He was gonna be there to make it right.
I think he kind of was basically like an example, a shining example of what kind of a person that I wanted to be. I mean, I have a father and I love my father, but he was like a father to me. So, and we would have nice conversations. We would talk about business stuff because, he was in the corporate world and I had a little bit of the corporate thing going on. So he was always a pleasure to talk to, and listening to his ideas about, when I would talk to him about these business things, his ideas, how he would run a meeting, for example, or, how he would solve problems. I just really admired a lot of that. He was a very good role model, even for me at my age.
The man was a certified genius. Absolute certified. I learned that everything is possible. I mean, I was just up there now doing Mom's plumbing.
Yeah.
Just like an hour, because most people would go, oh, I'm getting on a plane, I don't want, but Dad made me feel that you can do it, you can, check this out.
Genius,
All
right?
right, what do you think this is?
This is a drill.
Yeah, you know what this is?
It's an extension.
You heard of a Dremel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't want to buy one. This is it. And, I'll show, and even Mike was telling me, he goes, oh my God. We found this, and we looked and looked for the Dremel. There's the Dremel.
He made it out of a band or a
This is the saber saw. I thought these things went up and down.
No, they
hysterical.
So this, and look how old this thing is. It will last into the
Oh, that
40s.
goes through my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Man did not actually.
Oh my God.
For me, his best quality was just the brain. The absolute brain.
I loved your description. He was Google before there was internet.
He was good.
Well, he was.
The trait that I want to have most of my grandpa is his ability to put his family first like that and be so selfless and just kind-hearted and always looking out for other people. And I've been looking at a lot of pictures this week, and just the way that he looked at all of his family members, it was just, you could tell that's where he was happiest. And I hope that I can make my family members feel the same way that he made me feel every time he looked at me like that.
Where he was willing to help anybody do anything.
No, Layden's cars.
At any time.
And hair dryers. Let's not forget the hair dryers.
Anything. And now I'm talking about, Dad, my girlfriend's car won't start.
Yeah.
And she's over in Harrison somewhere.
Yeah.
On a Saturday, he'd okay. And I'd say, well, I think it's this, not me. I don't really know, but I know the thing won't start. So might be the solenoid, might be this, might just be the battery, I don't know.
Be right over.
So, we'd get in the car and go, but that was just one of the hundreds, thousands.
Exactly.
Thousands, literally thousands.
And yet he was a very closed off man. He didn't socialize. He didn't go
No,
out, but he would
he
do anything
didn't.
at the drop of a hat for anybody.
That was his ability or his gift of socializing, was to make something either better or to do his part in a service-oriented way, and he just never stopped.
I
That's right.
think
Never
That's
stopped.
right.
I think that him helping people was his fuel.
It was.
Yeah, I think that's what
Gift.
kept him going.
Gift.
Was anytime he helped a person.
The fact that he puts everybody before himself, he always did. What do you want to do? No problem. I'll do that. Where do you want to go to eat? No problem. That's where we'll go. I'll drive. No problem. I mean, he was always putting everybody else first. At least in the years that I knew him, and that included me. That included his 2 step grandchildren. I mean, that's kind of hard to find sometimes in this world. That you have step grandchildren that you treat as well as you treat your own grandchildren. And I always found that very admirable. It's unfortunately there's not enough people in the world that behave like that.
His smile or his hands. When I just think of Dad, I don't know what, just as a physical thing, his smile just had this ability to light up any room, put a smile on anybody's faces. And as a little girl, he had freaking meat hooks as hands.
Oh, yeah.
He just had these ginormous hands.
And big shoulders.
The
Bear
strength,
paws.
the back, the shoulders, he just was my
Great
big,
guy to
strong
ride.
daddy.
Great guy to ride a pony on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
You know what mine is first thought?
What's that?
Plaid.
Yeah, flannel.
Plaid.
Plaid.
Plaid. Yeah.
Yep.
The first thing I think of, honestly, is his smile. That is his defining physical feature, characteristic, in my opinion, was his smile. So every time I think of him, I see his face, and I see that just goofy, happy smile, and you literally saw his entire face light up every time he smiled, and you saw his eyes just, the smile is the first thing that I think of, and it makes me so happy every time I see it and I think about it.
Again, going back to where he was never not there. If you needed him, he was right there. And I think about that most when I was at my lowest or when something was broken.
Yeah.
Whether it was one of us or whether it was a machine or a device or something we needed. Yeah, just another day to him. Let's just fix it.
Yeah, and I was 3,000 miles away. He'd do that over the phone for
Yep.
me. That was
So it
amazing.
was that memory.
It was for the kids, though. It was always the kids, because you used to get so mad. I got to tell this because this was Pop-Pop. She would be saying for months, years, I really could use this. Could you make me this or whatever out of like a woodworking thing, a box, a frame or whatever. And then I would come over and I'd be like, Daddy, you know what I need? I would love it if you could ever make me like a memory box or something like that. I had it in a week.
Yeah. And hers is
And
off
Mom
the
would
back
walk
burner.
in.
Yeah,
And
mom's
she'd be
something
like-
over it that way.
I'm gonna tell you to ask him for this.
Yeah, use the middleman.
It came around like that.
The trip to Florida was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
When we went to Disney,
Disney World.
That was
When we went
fantastic.
down I-65.
except for when I lost my blue balloon, but he made me feel better.
Well, I mean, I was talking about the trip actually.
Yeah,
Driving.
I know.
It felt so secure. I mean,
Oh no.
No worries about don't get something too expensive off the menu. Nothing like that. It was just a free for all, wonderful trip, and I loved
Actually,
every minute of it.
the other thing I will always remember as a little kid is, as embarrassing as it would be to somebody, he had no problem walking through the middle of the park with my little red cowboy
Oh, that's
hat
right.
on, or my little Indian headdress that I got at Horn's Diner when we were down there.
He didn't know what
He
humiliation was.
didn't care.
Yeah,
If
he
it
didn't
made
care.
us happy, he would do anything.
Yep.
If it made us smile and us laugh, give us a memory, whatever the reason, he would do it.
Yeah. Love you, Pop. Love the the Cub Scout camping trip. Unbelievable. I mean, everybody else was eating granola bars in the morning, and he was at the campfire making me pancakes. It was hilarious. He planned so far ahead. It was just genius.
How many
Genius.
tea parties, playing Kings in the Corners at the table. In the middle of his solitaire game, he would stop just to do that with me.
Yeah.
And bringing him
support.
Easy Bake Cakes, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, the
Bake
Easy Bake
Cakes, right,
Cakes.
right.
Oh, I
Easy
remember.
Well, I
you
never
going
brought
after
any
his
Easy
work
Bakes,
bench.
but you know the thing of it was he would come and show support for what I wasn't on that super creative side, but when I wanted to be outside doing things, it didn't matter. He bought me a putter. He didn't know what golf was. He didn't care. He didn't even. He never said it. But I needed a golf club. He got me a golf club.
He was at every one of your football
Yep.
games.
I moved up through, and the times I would tell him, I said, this is not a game anymore. You know, when it changed from being fun to being a varsity sport, he would share his insights. And it was when he would give me that little directive or just say that little thing that was powerful support. It was just powerful support. It wasn't a directive. It wasn't you need to do this. It was just something very supportive, but food for thought, you know. In other words, and I think about that and those things that he said now more than ever.
And this isn't a memory or anything, but it was so cool to be able to tell the other kids in school that your dad used to race cars and drive
Yeah.
tanks.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that was
My
the best.
God, that was just something
Yes.
that no other kid could match. It was
Yeah.
like the conversation stopped.
That's exactly it. All right, you're the
So-
coolest. We're good.
Yeah, you have the biggest house in the block.
It's like my
Didn't
my dad's a
bother.
pharmacist, my dad's an accountant, my dad drives tanks and races cars.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was so
exactly.
cool.
I think we all use that one.
Oh, of course, Sky. You always keep that in your back pocket.
Absolutely.
The electronics that he built for himself was unbelievable. He would,
Yeah.
like you just told me, he wanted to build a color TV
Yeah.
from Heath Kid. He didn't want to buy a TV. He wanted to build
That's
the color
where
TV.
Nana said, "Oh, stop."
We're going to the store.
Because he would use this kind of wood, right?
Yeah.
That's the
It would
problem.
look like those
It
things.
did not have to be pretty as long as it worked. That was always Pop-Up's thing.
Functionality
Yes,
was-
that was it.
Not
That was
always
key.
aesthetically correct.
Functionality was king
But
with him.
he got better at that in later life, later years.
Well, he would have made a beautiful TV today.
Oh, God, could you
Mr.
imagine?
Woodworker,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Have all the edgings and the
Early on,
Yeah,
it
scroll
just
work.
doesn't work. Does it do what it's supposed to do? Good, move on.
Yeah, in the old days, that was it. Just wanted to show you all this amazing equipment that he built. As you can tell by the wood, I have no idea what this does. I think I know what this does, but probably not. He could make these weird little metal boxes. The guy was a genius. You think that this is store-bought. It's not. It came with a huge set of instructions. He had to put the whole thing together. But he had tools that fixed tools. It was absolutely amazing, this guy. And when my friends would come to the basement and see this mad scientist stuff, they fell in love with him as much as I was.
There were bad times, there were good times, but we always knew that Dad was there, and it's kind of hard to explain. Even though you knew that it was kind of separated for a while,
Yeah,
you could always come home again.
that's right. He'd always come back.
Yes.
He may go off
and-
on a tangent for a little bit. but he'd always
Exactly,
come back.
and so
Yeah,
that's
that was magic. Man,
That's-
I don't know how he did it. I mean, I do it with my kids, but he did it so much better. Yeah.
His accountability
Yeah.
to us.
Well, which equates to love.
And always.
that's it. Just we were everything to him. We were his world.
Mhm.
We were his whole entire reason for being.
We were so lucky to be born
Yes.
into this
Oh,
family.
Yeah.
you're not kidding.
And even when he was angry, he would find a way to just kind of just make his point known without any violence, without any kind of extreme. Well, anger was there because that's what fueled.
Oh, you knew
obviously.
he was mad.
Because we did stupid shit.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you know how he
exactly.
made it work? We felt bad that we disappointed him.
That's
Yeah.
it. That is
Yeah.
exactly it.
What
Yeah.
it was.